Hi, everyone. Congratulations, you're spending more money on taxes than on food, clothing, and shelter combined. That is the finding of the Fraser Institute's
Yep.
July 22nd, 2025 report, and it reports on last year, which shows that the tax burden of Canadians is up 2,784% since
That's brutal.
1961, so just over 60 years ago, and that bill is vastly outstripping the bills that you pay for everything else. I'm going to quote directly from my laptop on this report. Taxes have grown much more rapidly than any other single expenditure for average Canadian families. Expenditures on shelter are up 2,100%, food up 927%,
Whoa.
clothing up 460%. But the tax bill is up to 2,784%.
Oh,
So
so
an
bad.
absolutely staggering amount of money.
You know what's the craziest thing? We have nothing to show up for that. Like, I pay property taxes like crazy, and my village still has a dirt road leading out of it. Like the road that's literally on the GPS, and it's a dirt road. The road that I'm using every single day. Don't get me wrong, we have a normal paved road as well, but look, with the crazy amount of taxes, we're still dealing with this, and those paved roads still have a potholes. It's ridiculous. And if I'm not gonna talk just about the village, right? The taxes in Canada are crazy, man. And again, like, where's the money going? Like, why do we have two income taxes? Why do we have provincial income tax and federal income tax? I understand that we have two governments, right? But look, if I'm paying for my provincial government where I actually live, why am I paying even more for the federal government that's pretty much based in Ontario, right? They don't pay provincial taxes in Ontario. Like, what the hell? But yeah, in the end, like, I think someone calculated it. We pay about 55% of our income on taxes, and that includes income tax, tax for food, gas, all of this, right? Which is ridiculous. And obviously, food prices got higher as well. And hey, it got higher before President Trump. So it's just this election was just so ridiculous that they kept blaming, liberals kept blaming President Trump for everything. And it's like, hey, but he wasn't in power for the last 10 years. Like, it's all on you. So yeah, that definitely a ridiculous thing. And then you hear how we're gonna send 4 billions to Ukraine. That's news like a month or 2 months old, but still, like, really, 4 billions to Ukraine, 4 billions of taxpayers' money. Okay, out of those four, I think 2 billions are in the weapons and military equipment, right? But still, someone has to pay for it, right? No, it's ridiculous, and I think we need the same approach like President Trump. Like, take care of your own first, and if you have something to spare, then you can help around the world. But right now, Canadians have nothing to spare. Like, literally, government takes 55% of our paycheck, and yeah, it's just brutal. And I'm gonna be honest, I like Pierre Poilievre, but I think Canada might be too far gone right now. I don't even think conservatives would be able to save it. Like, there needs to be some drastic change. Like, everyone is planning like tax cuts, and then you calculate it, and it's like tax cut like 1,000 a year. How is it gonna help me when the groceries are going up probably 1,000 a year? So yeah, no, it's definitely ridiculous. There was one more point I wanted to make, but I was ranting for so long that I forgot. So let's just carry on with this.
That is going to taxes. So the average family is spending 42% now on taxes. That is compared to 35% on food, clothing, and shelter. So you have to ask yourself, are you getting more from the government than you're getting from your private expenditures on food, clothing, and shelter? I have a hard time believing it. There are so many different taxes.
No,
We've got income tax, payroll tax, health tax, sales tax, property tax, profit tax, liquor, tobacco, amusement, and other excise taxes. fuel, motor vehicle license fees, and then other taxes. Then you've got natural resource taxes. These are the royalties that are paid when companies extract resources from the ground. And then, of course, there are import duties that you pay when you buy things from abroad. All of those fees, charges, and other levies amounting to a tax bill that is far greater than anything you spend on anything
import
else.
duties are crazy as well. I remember back in, what was it, 2020, 2021, we ordered something from Netherlands, and we paid like 30% of the value of the items or clothing we ordered. We paid that in taxes, like import duties, and we were like, yeah, never again. I'm not gonna pay this crazy amount to Canada for what? Like, why? Ridiculous.
In fact, the report goes even further. On page 6, they show the overall tax bill that includes the deficit. Now, the reason they do that is that deficits are taxes. You're taxed two ways through government deficit spending. One is through the deferred bill that you'll get later on, because of course deficits do have to be paid back one way or the other, and that bill does come to you. And the second way that deficits charge you is they increase the money supply, which causes inflation, and that inflation does charge you. It's a tax as well. And they show here that since 1961, that bill has grown dramatically as well, to the point where it is now higher than in any year except for the 2020 COVID year, which is, of course, a very unusual year indeed. But the point is that government's insatiable appetite is causing you a tremendous burden. It's like the private sector is a skinny man and the government is a fat man on his back. And the private sector is carrying that increasingly fat man up an increasing...
Yeah, like, I don't know if you ever saw the House of Commons, how it works over there, but they literally have a guy who's saying who's gonna talk next. Like, what the hell? Why are we paying a guy like this? And that's just one person. I bet that there's so many useless positions that the taxpayers pay for, and the salaries... Like, if you look at the politicians, do you really think they deserve to get that much money as a salary? Like, do you really think they represent people who voted for them? I don't think so. And I have no issue. If you're gonna do a good job, have a good salary, right? But if you're doing a shitty job, you're not representing, or you don't want the best for the people that actually voted for you, you don't deserve that money. What are we talking about? No. Hell no. And another thing regarding the prices nowadays, tariffs, right? President Donald Trump and all of this. I don't blame President Donald Trump. First of all, Canada was in the shitty situation before President Trump. Then again, somehow we elected liberals again and Mark Carney. And look, so the prices nowadays are actually the fault of Mark Carney, because he's the one who said he's going to sign the trade deal pretty much right after the election. He's the one who was supposed to deal with it. And look, he goes on the freaking vacation like 3 weeks before the deadline on the trade deal. Like, how is this normal? And again, you guys chose this guy to represent us. He's not. So how is he deserving all of this money? And now, look, he refused to enclose all of his assets prior to election. And now we found out that he has a lot of conflicts of interest where he cannot make decisions as a prime minister. That's ridiculous. But yeah, elbows up.
Steep hill. It's time to put him on the diet. It's time to reduce the cost of government. We need to cut bureaucracy, consultants, foreign aid, corporate welfare, and countless other
I don't remember exact name of this position, but there's a minister for, I think, DEI, or for inclusion and feminism, or female representation, or something like that. Why? Why do we have ministry like this? Why do we have someone taking care of this? Like, you have laws against discrimination. That should be enough. You don't need to pay crazy amount of money to some guy or girl to have this title. Like, why? You have laws, you have law enforcement. That's all you need to do. You don't need someone to, I don't even know what is she doing, like making sure that we discriminate everyone else, because yeah, that's what happens when you have DEI and quotas, right? You end up distributing someone else because you have preferential treatment to the group that you're representing, which is ridiculous. But yeah, like, we definitely need to cut down on bureaucracy, on government spending, and we need smaller government. Let's be honest about it. Like, why do we need huge federal government and then our provincial governments? No, like, federal government should be probably half the size it is right now, and let's cut down on the bullshit theater that's going on in House of Commons. And they're going on summer break. What, are they in school? And I bet they're getting paid during that summer break. I'm even willing to bet that in those 2 months on the summer break, they make more than 50% of Canadians. It's no, like, Canadian politics, I know every politics in the world is bad, like government, everyone's gonna complain, right? And I lived in 2-3 countries now. This is my 3rd country. I would complain everywhere. I have friends all over the world, or people I know. So I spoke to the people from Italy, Sweden, whatever, European countries as well, right? Usually the Middle East is not really complaining. But yeah, everyone's complaining about government. And from my point of view, I was always complaining. Everyone's complaining, but it never really affects you, like what's going on. Not as much. Well, in Canada it's different. Like right now, it's really affecting every single one of us. It's not like, oh yeah, we're gonna buy one less ice cream a week, or we're not gonna eat out 5 times a week. No, right now it's literally like, do I need this essential product or no? Like, and that's most of the Canadians right now. So government really dropped the ball, and something needs to change, and it needs to be something big.
Things to bring down the cost of government. We also need a dollar for dollar law that will require government to find $1 of savings for every new dollar of spending, so that there's an imposed discipline, an either or trade-off required.
No.
So you spend more here, you have to spend less there. That's what you do in your household budget. And only then will we be able to reduce this insane bill that is falling on your shoulders and crippling your family's ability to succeed. Low taxes mean that you get rewards for your work, that your investments pay off, that people are incentivized to create more, to grow more food, produce more energy, build more homes, invent new life-changing technologies. All of these things should be rewarded. And we should aim to make ourselves one of the lowest tax nations in the world. That would free up a lot of money for you to do great things for yourself and for your family. And that is what we are fighting for as conservatives, smaller governments with big citizens. Thank you very much.
Let's just wait until it, you know what, let's skip over here. Come on, I don't want that white light on me. Well, it's definitely nice to listen to that, right? But I'm in the situation right now where I would like to see the numbers clearly, like how much you're planning to cut down on government spending, because 1-to-1 is not good enough. Like right now, we're paying crazy amount of taxes. We don't want to pay the amount of taxes we're paying right now. We want to lower it. And yes, you're saying, oh yeah, let's lower the taxes. But the last plan I heard about the income tax and other stuff like this would save us only like $1,000 a year, which is not good enough. Like, we need to pay less. We need, obviously, you can give us tax break, right? But just freaking lower it. I don't know. It's really bad situation here, and like I said, something drastic needs to happen, and unfortunately I don't even think the conservatives would be able to reverse it. Or no, don't get me wrong, they would. If you elect them for 10 years straight, they're gonna make Canada great again, right? The thing is, in those 10 years, the people who are in a really bad situation right now, are they gonna still be here? Are they gonna end up on the street or something like that? Or worse? I don't know. Like, if you're, I don't think we're in the situation where you can gradually lower the taxes and anything, because for 10 years everything was just getting more and more expensive. People had more and more debt. People are in bad situation. So, yeah.